Everybody is ablaze right now. Everybody's wondering, what is really going on with Angel Reese? Has she just flat out quit again? Has she quit on the Chicago Sky?
To be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
Game, her team won the championship game without her, and she feel like she was supposed to get a ring or whatever. I don't know.
Angel Reese is in full meltdown mode after the Chicago Sky reportedly sued her for abandoning the team mid-season.
Angel Reese has thrown in the towel. She refuses to travel with the team. Once again, the team has a road game. We already saw she refused to travel with the team to Indiana versus the Fever.
Instead of owning up, she's mocking her own squad while the numbers prove they're sharper without her. Quicker plays, more energy, and better results, especially against Indiana's relentless domination.
Once she was eliminated from the Rookie of the Year, she said her wrist was hurt. Unrivaled, she did not finish. She didn't even show up to the championship game.
Angel Reese went from the Chicago Sky so-called franchise face to a walking, talking, disappearing act. This was the player the franchise was supposed to build around. The one who was meant to be leading from the front, hyping up the team and proving she's worth every bit of the attention.
Angel, you gotta be, you have to have some level of self-awareness here.
Instead, she's become the poster child for how to tank your own reputation while your team tanks in the standings. And now, while the Sky are knee-deep in lawsuits and trying to figure out how to salvage what's left of their season, their star player is missing in action. Not just physically missing, but mentally gone, checked out, ghosted like a bad Tinder date.
Obviously, showing a complete lack of leadership. Man. Caitlin Clark's been hurt. She traveling with the team, supporting on the...
And here's the kicker. This isn't a one-off. This isn't some rare freak accident where a star gets unlucky. Oh no, this is 3 straight seasons where she's bailed before the finish line. 2 with Chicago Sky and 1 in the unrivaled league. That's not bad luck. That's a full-blown pattern. You could set your watch to it. The minute the going gets tough, the tough apparently book a vacation. It's almost impressive, honestly, how she manages to time her disappearing act right when the losing streak hits rock bottom. Every single time. It's like she's allergic to bad records, and now the Sky are sitting at 8-24 dead in the water and fans are looking around like, so, is anyone going to admit she's just done?
Back a little bit. You can't want to be the villain. You can't pride yourself in being the villain and then you lose and all of a sudden you succumb to those emotions.
Because let's be real here, this whole back injury saga is about as convincing as a toddler saying the dog ate their homework. Since the All-Star break, she's been officially listed as day-to-day with a back injury. Day-to-day for weeks. You know what day-to-day usually means? A player tweaks something, they're monitored, and they're either back in a couple of games or we get a proper injury update. But here, nothing. Not a single actual medical update. No timetable, no progress report, no she's starting to practice again or we'll reevaluate in 2 weeks. Just complete silence. And don't even tell me this is normal in the WNBA. Even if a player sprains an ankle, you get weekly status notes. You get the standard probable or questionable slapped on the game sheet. But with Rhee, it's like her file got accidentally deleted. She's in some kind of injury witness protection program. And I'm sorry, but back injuries are just too convenient. They're real, sure, but they're also the perfect excuse. You can't just look at an MRI and say, yep, she's good to go. If a player says, it hurts today, well, that's the end of the conversation. No one can call them a liar without looking like a monster.
The Chicago Sky, you guys are the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. They need Angel Reese to play in games. Angel, where you at? Where are you at, Angel? This is nuts.
And let's not forget, this isn't her first miracle-timed exit. Remember 2023 when she was supposed to be battling Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year? Everything was going fine until Clark surged ahead and then suddenly, boom, season-ending wrist injury. Not only that, but it conveniently wiped her off the hook for the rest of the season. And now we're back here again. Same script, different body part. Fans aren't dumb. They're starting to see this for what it is. A calculated move to avoid taking more L's. If the team's going down, she's not going down with it.
I heard she was at the practice, but you did not travel with the team to the game. I think that's kind of whack, I'm not gonna lie. The leader of the team's supposed to be there.
But even if you want to pretend the injury is legit, there's still no excuse for what happened next. In the middle of the season's biggest rivalry game, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever, she flat out refused to travel. This isn't just any opponent. This is the biggest ticket seller in the league right now. This is Caitlin Clark territory. This is the matchup that the WNBA pushes because it's the one people actually care about. And where's Angel Reese? Not on the court, not even on the bench, not in the building, nowhere.
Hey, look, bro, you gotta remember, she quit in Unrivaled. She just stopped playing in Unrivaled. Said she was hurt, didn't show up for the championship game, didn't even show up and watch. Last season, she claimed her wrist was messed up, didn't finish playing in none of the games.
You would think after being embarrassed by Indiana over and over again, she'd at least show up for the sake of pride, but nope. The Fever have absolutely owned Chicago, going 7-1 against them over the last 2 seasons. That's not a rivalry. That's a one-sided beatdown. If there was ever a game where a team needed its star to at least sit courtside and clap for her teammates, this was it. But instead, she was MIA again.
The Indiana Fever are 7-1. I repeat, the Fever are 7-1 in 2 years against the Chicago.
And here's where it gets extra shady. She's clearly capable of traveling. We've all seen her show up to non-game events. She was smiling for cameras and soaking up attention at All-Star Weekend not that long ago. No back issue there apparently. But when it's time to actually support the team in a real game, suddenly the travel is too much. I mean, come on. At least make the effort to show up and fake it for the cameras. That's PR 101.
She didn't even show up to that. Now she's not showing up, traveling with the team in the 3rd straight season. 2 at the Chicago Sky and 1 in Unrivaled. It is becoming a pattern.
Caitlin Clark, by the way, has a legitimate groin injury, one that you can trace to an actual moment on the court. And yet, she's still traveling with her team, still suiting up on the bench in her warm-ups, still cheering her teammates on and helping break down plays during timeouts. That's what leadership looks like. And then you look at Ree, who can't even be bothered to put on some sweats and sit courtside. It's not just a bad look. It's career suicide level optics.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA.
Because let's be honest, the fans aren't getting injury reports. They're not seeing rehab videos. They're not getting even a hint of progress. All they see is their star player vanishing in the middle of a season and refusing to show up for the games that matter most. And in a league where image is everything, that's about the dumbest move you can make. It's one thing to not be able to play. It's another to not even try to look like you care. When a star player is hurt, the bare minimum is showing up, being engaged, and making sure the fans and the team know you're still in it with them. But Ree, she's not just skipping games. She's skipping the role of leader entirely. And fans aren't stupid. They see it. They talk about it. They roast it online. And every time she ducks another big game, that narrative gets stronger.
Chicago Sky, you quit. You quit. You threw in the towel. Once you realize you no longer, you never stood a chance, to be honest, with Caitlin Clark for that rookie.
The PR disaster here is monumental. Instead of seeing their franchise face fighting through adversity, Sky fans see someone who has mentally left the building months before the season's over. And the more it happens, the more people start to believe she's never coming back. You can't sell tickets on a player who disappears every time the standings get ugly. And right now, that's the only thing Angel Reese is consistent at, disappearing.
Like, she is asking for a trade. Or she's at least implying she wants to be traded. Because at the end of the day, you just never know.
Chicago Sky at 8-24, lawsuits hanging over the franchise, the supposed leader sitting at home, and the rest of the league watching this train wreck in real time. If there's a faster way to burn through goodwill, I haven't seen it. And the worst part, this isn't some shocking turn of events. This is the same movie we've seen for 3 straight seasons. Same timing, same excuses, same result. And everyone's finally starting to say out loud what they've been thinking for a while. Maybe the Sky aren't the only ones done for the season. Maybe they're just done with her.
Being honest, maybe more reason why she's out right now might be secretly shopping her. They're not secretly shopping her. You don't fake back injuries. You don't fake back injuries, running from the grind.
Then came the inaugural Unrivaled season, and you'd think she'd want to stamp her name on history. New league, fresh stage, chance to dominate, but nope. Same script, different setting. She quit before the championship game. Didn't even bother showing up in street clothes to support the team. Her squad went on to win without her, and she was nowhere to be seen. How do you claim you're a competitor and then ghost your own team on the biggest night of the season? Like bailing on your own wedding and then expecting someone to still send you the honeymoon pictures. And now here we are in 2024 and right on cue, the back injury magically appears just as the Sky are spiraling to the bottom of the standings. You could almost set your calendar by it. The team starts losing. Angel Reese starts hurting. The timing is so suspicious, it's practically a punchline. And let's not forget she only went all out for one stretch this year. That frantic 10-game hustle right before All-Star voting.